Before we begin this video, I have some custom prospects made that I'm going to be using in this video, such as Alex Newhook, Bobby Brink, Cam York, Dylan Holloway, Jake Sanderson, and a bunch of draft prospects, along with Matthew Boldy, Vasily Podkolzin, Yaroslav Askarov, and Yegor Chinakov. So welcome to the video. Today we are doing episode 1 of our Seattle Kraken NHL expansion franchise. In this video, we are going to be expanding the NHL with the Seattle Kraken, obviously. Just going to name this one Seattle. And yeah, the Seattle Kraken are going to be beginning in the Pacific Division, along with the other NHL expansion team, that being the Vegas Golden Knights. That's going to be the one team we won't be able to select from, which means one of our divisional rivals, and already the strongest team in the division, is actually protected from losing a player, which is very good for them, not so good for us. I didn't edit the roster teams, or the AHL team. I'm just going to add a contract here to every player. I'm going to turn off GM Fire. I'm going to turn off owner mode. Pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much what we want to see. We don't want to do owner mode. That's no fun. CPU trades on, obviously. Player morale, we could keep on in Fog of War if we wanted to, but we don't particularly enjoy those. So yeah, the franchise length is 25. The Seattle Kraken are in the Western Conference's Pacific Division with the Burnaby Aces, because I'm too fucking lazy to change that. And let's get right in. Keeping the salary cap on, of course. Well, I figured I'd take a moment to welcome you to the Seattle Kraken franchise. You have your plate full with the upcoming expansion draft, but I'll touch base again in a few days before the draft itself after I get a sense of who the other teams are going to make available. Alright, new salary cap, $81 million. Of course, the salary cap that is currently active in the National Hockey League. We dropped to 5th overall. That's not a great start, and Ottawa wins the lottery twice, going from 2nd to 1st and 4th to 2nd. I mean, if there's a computer-generated franchise player, maybe you'll try to make something work, a trade-up. I don't think they're going to be willing to trade anything, though. It would be nice, but I don't think that's reasonable to expect. Pretty much the decision you make in the expansion draft tomorrow will decide whether the franchise sinks or swims in the first year. I'll be keeping a close eye on your choices, as will the fans. I mean, I'd like to overall pick a lot of the best players available, I think, but at the same time, if I see guys who I think are better or have better potential and will probably grow better in a couple of years, I'm not going to draft really old guys, basically, and I'm not, but I will probably draft some young guys if I have a chance. Alright, so Anaheim, let's see what they've left available. The Anaheim Ducks have Cam Fowler and Josh Manson both available, along with Adam Henrique. What the heck? This is a sick list of available players. To be honest, I think we take Brendan Gould. Just from looking at this player list, he's probably the best guy there, unless there's some sort of low elite. No. Brendan Gould or Jacob Larson. Personally, obviously $800K for the next 3 years is pretty dang good. Cam Fowler, I would rather not pay almost $7 million for the next couple years. Yeah, we will take Brendan Gould. Arizona Coyotes have been moved to the Central Division, and in this expansion draft, they have left Goligoski, Demers, Brassard, Pitlick, Osterley. Not a whole lot available. Yeah, they don't have a whole lot. I'm not going to take Capobianco because I just don't really have a reason to, and he's so low overall that it's not really worth taking. Aiden Hill and Antti Ranta. Aiden Hill is an 81 overall already, 24 years old. He's got a couple years to grow. Would I rather him or the Antti Ranta, who is already a starting goaltender? If I were to be honest, I'd probably take Ranta. That's what I'm going to do. Boston Bruins. Wow, okay. Nick Ritchie, Jake DeBrusk, Oliver or Andre Cash, Greg Smith, Brandon Carlo. I think it's between Ritchie and DeBrusk. Maybe Cash. Well, honestly, I'm leaning DeBrusk. He's a year younger, but he's way more expensive. He's also got a year longer on his contract, but DeBrusk's probably gonna be or Richie's probably gonna want to be paid what we're paying DeBrusk right now in a year down the line. So I think we're gonna take Jake DeBrusk. Yeah, we're going to take Jake DeBrusk. A lot of good players with decent potential left available right now. Never mind. Yeah, okay, never mind. We've reached the dumpster fire of the National Hockey League, the Buffalo Sabres, and their best player available is Zemgus Girgensons. I don't know. He is 79 overall, 26 years old. That is like far and above the best they have. 2.2 million for 4 years isn't really what want to be paying a 79 overall. Because of that alone, I almost want to take Tobias Raider. Two-way forward. I think it's got to be Girgensons either way. It's not a great pick, but they just don't have anything available at all. This we kind of need a defenseman, another defenseman, a right winger, fill out our top line. You see, Giordano drops off so quickly. That's just a difficult one to like pick from. That's a difficult decision to make because he's a good player. Obviously, he's 86 overall, top 4 defense exact. I guess we could flip him for a late first, but the odds that the late first pick's better than whatever we could get here is pretty slim. I feel like I'm gonna get roasted in the comments if I take Giordano, but I'm also gonna get roasted for not taking Giordano. Oliver Shillington, 79 overall, 23 years old, medium top 4. That's tough because I feel like I can get a guy who can develop better than this if I trade Giordano or a late first. We're gonna take Giordano. I will go back on that later if I need to take someone else or if I feel like I've got enough quality defensemen. Jake Gardner, Brady Shea, Jake Bean. I think we're gonna have to go with Bean. Honestly, Bean's on a much better contract. Obviously for 1 year. Shea, I don't really want to pay 5.2 million for the next 5 years. That's not something I'm particularly interested in. Nor do I really want to. I mean, Gardner's contract isn't bad per se. But just looking at the two already, I definitely can see. I mean, if Bean improves just a little bit in the defense and physical, he can pretty much just be what Gardner already is. And he's younger, and that's kind of what we're planning on doing right now, is just stocking up on young guys who good in a couple years and be able to make a push then. Maybe Godet. I'm not really interested in paying any of these guys. They're like atrocious contracts. Gonna have to be Adam Godet, who looks kind of creepy just based on that smile. That's way too wide. See, I did say I wasn't really interested in paying. But when you look at it, Taves, I mean, the next best guy is JT Comfort, and even then he's got a pretty bad contract. Unless they have Grubauer exposed, which they do not. Didn't think they would. So we're going to take Devin Taves from the Colorado Avalanche. Columbus, Cam Atkinson's got a terrible contract. We're never going to be able to get rid of that. They don't have a goalie available. I don't know what they did here then. They must have chosen to protect both their goalies and left a bunch of guys available. Expansion, unfortunately, none of them are good. As much as I'd like to take Atkinson, that contract really makes him not that advantageous of an asset to have. I mean, he's got a pretty good shot, but at the same time, that cap hit's just something that can't be ignored. Stenlund, 2 years left. 23 overall, Kevin Stenlund. Two-way forward. Right winger, but he's 75 face-offs. Robinson's 25. 79, two-way forward as well. So they're pretty much the same guy. One guy's a year longer, and one guy's 2 years younger. So we're gonna take Kevin Stenlund just because we don't want an atrocious cap hit on us for the next eternity. Jason Dickinson or Sammy Vatanen is really what it comes down to here. Just looking at this, we're not taking Julius Honka. He's not that good. Obviously, he's not bad, but he's got way he'd have to grow way too fast to pass Vatanen. Okay, yeah, there's no decision here between Dickinson and Vatanen. Vatanen's 83 overall. Maybe Dickinson could grow. That's actually it is a decision. 74 face-offs, 75 poise. Worse shooting than Vatanen. I mean, obviously he's gonna have most things worse than Vatanen. Yeah, I mean, we might as well take Vatanen anyway, and if our team sucks, we can trade him for like a second round pick or something from a contending team. Not a whole lot in terms of non-shit players here on the Detroit Red Wings. All I can see is Ernie, but he's 25. He's not gonna grow more. Stetcher here is not bad. I might take Giovanni Smith just because. Grinder, really good physical. Be a good meme to take Giovanni Smith. But to be honest, I think Stetcher's just better. Obviously he's better. And I don't see Smith growing 4 overall with top 9 forward potential. Then again, we do have a lot of defensemen. So for now, I'm going to take Stetcher, but Smith I'm going to keep in the back of my mind if I do need another pick. Or if I do need to switch a defenseman. Wow. That is a very good cap hit no matter who I take here. I think it's got to be Barry. I mean, Bear is there, Ethan Bear. He's 82 overall, 22 years old. But the odds that he actually gets to an 86... And Barry is how old? 28? You've just got to take the 86 overall defenseman when you have the opportunity. We're probably going to need to get rid of Stetcher. Wouldn't be a bad time to pick up a backup goaltender now. If they have Chris Drieger available, which they do, we're going to have him at the entry-level contract pretty much, or a very low league salary until the season after the upcoming one. Dustin Brown's contract. If they think they're going to be able to move that over to me, they are delusional. I'm not taking a $5.8 million guy. Although we do need we do need some wingers. And I'm not taking that salary, that contract. When it comes down to it, I guess it's just Brendan Lemieux, the second best Lemieux, right below Claude. Brendan Lemieux is 24. He's a winger, 79 overall, medium top 9 forward. He can be a third or fourth line guy, probably. Jared Spurgeon's contract is horrible. That's like the only thing that rubs me the wrong way here. Almost $8 million for a guy who's 85 overall is just something you don't want to pay. Ian McCoshen is, for some reason, top 4 defenseman high, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But then there's also Ryan Hartman, if we go back to sorting by overall. We do need forwards. Hartman's on a reasonable contract. He does have another 2 years or a year and a bit to grow, so we might as well take Ryan Hartman. Looking at that two-way forward, how are his face-offs, just in case we are short on centers? I don't know. We can't check from there. But I have to go back in. Eric Stahl, yeah, he's probably going to be the face of this, like the one of the big pieces of this franchise. Stahl in most of expansion drafts will be your point leader until Hamilton hits free agency or something and you sign him. So Eric Stahl, I am going to take. Pretty decent face-offs, pretty good shooting. He's not dropping off yet. He's still medium top 6. We'll get another couple good years out of Stahl. And by then, hopefully some of our draft picks will start to be developing. I don't know why I said evolving. Matt Duchene, they're trying to move 2 horrible contracts onto me, giving me the choice between Matt Duchene and Ryan Johansson. My answer is UC Saros. Suck it. Ryan Murray, probably going to be what I want to take here. 86 overall, low top 4 defenseman, but that contract's just not good. Nick Merkley here is top 6 forward, 74 faceoffs. I might as well. I don't really want to pay someone $4.6 million if they're probably going to be my bottom pairing defenseman at this point. Anthony Beauvillier is pretty much all they've got. Either him or Palmieri, and Beauvillier has time to develop. Just looking at their statistics compared to both two-way forwards, better shooting for Palmieri, better puck skills, slightly better, but it's not enough to change an overall. And by the time, hopefully Beauvillier will be able to get up to an 83 in his time with the team. Chris Kreider, I mean, I'd like to take him just so he can't ruin my defense or my goaltending. But at the same time, again, it's one of those contracts that you just hate to take because it's 8 years. He'll be 37, and he'll still be costing 6.5 million. So I think we take him and we trade him at the deadline this year if we aren't like making a playoff push, and if we are, when we get eliminated, we trade him at the draft. Derek Stepan, no chance. Not fucking happening. That's gonna be Connor Brown. Welcome to the team. Brown is in town. Welcome to Seattle. James Van Riemsdyk, that's a bad contract. And I'm pretty sure that's just end of statement. I think we just take Lindblom. Oscar Lindblom. I believe he actually won the Masterton this year. I don't recall. Maybe he didn't yet. I believe he's like had a really inspirational story. Maybe it's the wrong guy, and if it is, I sincerely apologize, because obviously my intent is to take away from anyone's experience here. As a Penguins fan, this rating's about glove high. They should lower to about 80 at best, maybe 60. 36 is nice too. I would never take him, even if like he was by far the best player on this team, which he kind of is. Jeff Carter's got to get back up to an 82 and have that accuracy improved a little bit. Carter was a big piece in the Penguins playoff run. I think it's just going to be Carter here. We can take Bluger. 75 faceoffs versus Carter Snipers 80 faceoffs. It's going to go to Jeff Carter. A little bit of veteran presence. Oh. Do we take Brent Burns? He's elite. He has a good season. We flip him, obviously. Yeah. We don't have a whole lot of cap space, interestingly, coming into the St. Louis, like the latter half of the draft. It's going to be Kyrou, obviously. Kyrou's 83 overall, 22 years old. I don't know why he's available. That's obviously going to be a mistake, and this team's going to regret it. Kyrou is probably going to be one of our big future pieces. Anthony Cirelli as well. Wow. Unless we want Cal Foot. Cirelli's a centerman. How good are his faceoffs? 82. Pretty dang good. Toronto Maple Leafs. We want to take a guy who's not got a huge cap hit, and in that case, Dermott looks very appealing, to be honest. Dermott is a two-way defender. Hyman is what, a two-way forward? Yeah. Really just comes down to who I think. Do I think Dermott can grow another one overall? And do I think I need... I've got all my forward needs pretty much filled out, other than a right winger. So I think I'm going to take Travis Dermott, just to keep that salary low. Travis Hamonic. Not bad. I'd rather not. Best other guy is Madison Bowie, who's 25 and really probably isn't going to develop in the next couple years. Other than that, they've got Justin Bailey, wrong Bailey. Hamonic, Pearson. Pearson's contract looks really bad. Maybe Hamonic. We need a right winger. Berchi's contract looks even worse. McEwen. Zach McEwen. McEwen. I don't know. We can take him. Essentially a fourth line winger. Although our team's pretty much built of fourth line wingers at this point. Schultz. I think we're just going to have to take Schultz. Sprong? Oh. Sprong still on the entry level deal. That hair is horrible. I'm going to go with someone who has pretty nice hair and another former Penguin in Justin Schultz. Hair like that, I'm never going to draft you. Mason Appleton. Wow, these teams have left some really good future potential players available. Mason Appleton, 84 overall, 80 overall, 24 years old, center. Not great at faceoffs. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this draft. So, let's finalize that now. Just looking at the team we've built, we've got a good mix of veterans that we can trade for at the deadline or at the draft, and young guns who are going to be part of this team's future core. I think we can do a little bit of a... We're not going to obviously be a team that's going to win this year, and that's not even close, but at the same time, we can build a team that is going to be pretty dang good for a while to come. Neil Wellwood, 1 year... I don't know why you'd take Camden Wilm. Well, Fernandez, 2 years. We're just going to take Wellwood when we get to the draft. I mean, we can ask him stuff, but we already kind of know what he's like. He's a sniper, and that goal, that just indicates sniper. I don't know. I don't think we need to do any draft interviews. Let's advance a day, and let's do the entry draft. So entry draft's behind us. So we're probably going to shop out Giordano immediately, see what his value's like. I don't believe there's anybody franchise, so we're just going to simulate the first overall pick. Bannister? Is that an O or a D? Dwight Bannister. 5'10", 170 pounds. Not very big. He's a playmaker. He's got some really good puck skills. His skating's really nice as well. Strength, obviously not there. That's what you're going to see a lot of the times with the young guys. His shooting's alright. He can improve that. And I can see this guy being a, like a 50, 60, 70 assist guy, probably. Looking at the rest of the picks, it's Carney. Stephen Carney. Sniper. I'm not even going to try to say the next guy's name. Vyacheslav Kvasha. Yakupov. That's not a good sign. Apparently they haven't learned from drafting Yakupovs early. Our pick, obviously, we're going to take Neil Wellwood. Medium elite over high top 6. 72 overall. That's not too bad. So yeah, Neil Wellwood. Not a bad pick. Just to make sure that this guy coming up after it isn't way better. Fernandez. Where's that high top 6 guy? Wilm. Camden Wilm, two-way forward. He's alright. Nowhere near the caliber of the guy we picked. Let's just look at the draft class before we simulate, obviously, further. Want to make sure there's no really good gems that we might be missing. Sebastian Jar might be something. This Oliver Suni guy could be good, but he's also a real player, so obviously this draft's pretty much just rejects from the real 2020 draft. And no, there's nothing. Lucas Edmonds, a bust. Fabio Jacobo, nice name, and Eric Pierce are all busts. Unfortunate that EA decided to be mean and label actual people as busts. Pick 35 for the Seattle Kraken. I mean, oh yeah, he's real. Never mind. Israel Wilkinson. I don't have a whole lot to go off of here, other than his personality. He's very loyal, but he can lack the drive to win. I actually think he might have a lower poise. He's 3-year ETA, which means he's not a bad player. I mean, this is early second. We should be able to get a top 6 out of this, to be quite honest, which is why I'm going for the non-real players, because they have a higher chance of being more valuable. Top 9 forward, top 6 defenseman, high, bottom 6. Looking at the end of this draft, or this round, yeah, they're starting to draft top 9 forwards who are like 50 overall. Reinhardt, Hadfield, okay, two high 7th defensemen. Tucker Tynan going in the first round is just weird to look at. Because Tynan, normally you see 2nd or 3rd round. The fact that he's always going to be listed as a mid-late first round pick now is just weird. Other than that, most of these guys, they look fine. Yeah, they're not good, but maybe we can find some diamonds in the rough with the computer-generated players here. Luke Dabrowski, they think he's medium top 6, but we know because he's real, he really just isn't medium top 6. This guy could also be medium top 6. Then we've got Moeller down here. Tomas Moeller, who could also be low elite. So do we go for the top 6 or the elite? 5'8", 17. 5 foot. They're 6'1". I don't want to make the mistake a lot of teams do and draft people just because they're not draft people because they're undersized. This is a centerman. Also a centerman. That really doesn't help me fill my needs. We'll go with the higher rated guy. It's the scout's fault if the other guy turns out better. Top 9 forward. Now we're looking for... We don't see anything notable. Top 6, or if we don't see a low elite, then we know we made the right decision. should be going like here. Moeller, low top 9. Yeah, I am happy with that. If we can keep grabbing top 9s in a draft that's meant to be bad, that's not bad. Xavier Bernard's a real guy. I believe Innes is top 6 defense. We can take him. Yeah. Christopher Innes, I'm pretty sure I recognized him as a top 6 defender. Nolan Hutchison, don't recognize either of these guys. Don't recognize Xavier Bouchard either. He's 20. That's a big no. Savoy, Gerard Keane, Adam Netchin. Okay, these are all real guys. Get me out of the, like, just, what that? Stop having faces. Okay, that sounds. Fake guys? Hello? Edward Ramsey. That's probably pretty bad. Bottom 6. I mean, yeah. I see this as an absolute win, to be quite honest with you. Round 6, pick number 3. I do not want to auto draft, believe it or not. Benjamin Rude. Nope. Joel Sexsmith, nice name, but unfortunately, nope. Chris Hamilton, they think he's like 50% to be this Tristan Fortin guy. I'm going to do a quick elite prospect search because they think he's very unlikely, but he could be a high top 6 forward. Obviously, he'd probably go earlier if he was. But I'm just going to Google Tristan Fortin elite prospects. Yeah, Chicoutimi Sagittarian. He's a real guy. So we're going to go with Chris Hamilton, who has a decent chance of being top 4 Ds, probably top 6, 7th. That's fine. If this guy's at AHL, then yeah. Sexsmith, nice name. Unfortunately, not so nice potential. Alexandre David, I don't know. Nikita Kulemin, very low chance, but he could be medium elite. That would be quite a steal. 7th defender again. But, like, seriously. Again, looking at the picks around us, I mean, yeah, no, that's a good pick, actually. But yeah, if you're seeing mostly bottom 6 forwards, I don't know how that was like the better of the last couple rounds I've seen. But yeah, we got Wellwood, who in about a year is going to be an NHL caliber sniper who can play for us and hopefully get a decent rookie campaign in. But for now, I forgot to check the value of my prospects. I am a stupid idiot. Up. I was supposed to try to trade someone. Well, we enter the re-sign phase. We do not have any players, I believe, who are going to be free agents because we added a contract year, which means I guess the free agency pool is gonna, be pretty dry. Wellwood, our good friend Neil Wellwood, we can sign him if we want to play in the AHL, and we might as well get him some AHL minutes in there before making his NHL debut, hopefully next season. Get him some professional hockey experience outside of North America, or outside of the United States. I guess, though, Seattle is the United States. Wellwood's happy to join our team. Let's see if none of our coaching staff or anything's expired. Let's just take a look at our coaching staff. Henrique. Francois Henrique. He's alright. 0% team fit. Interesting. Not a great sign, but obviously that's probably... Okay, so who's our worst fit? Brule in the OHL. We'll do the scouting stuff off screen later on. But yeah, let's just simulate to the start of free agency so I can show you some of those player values. Hopefully trade some players around. And we can end the video going into the first season. Free agency, there shouldn't be anyone above 80, to be honest. If there is, I'm confused. Bufflin, of course. So it's just us and Bufflin. We have 11 million in cap space. We can go for him if we want. That, I feel, doesn't really fit with our attempted, choking this season, or attempted failure. Joni Ikonen could somehow grow. I guess I'll offer him a contract. I'll just offer some two-way guys contracts to play for our AHL team and put up some decent numbers. Kufner we can offer, but it never grows. The highest valued thing on our team should be our new prospect. Yeah. It's not great after that. Giordano Burns is elite, but his value is just so low. Hopefully he has a good season. His value goes up. Giordano, they're a buyer. Maybe they'll give us their first for him. Huh? No. Boston will be over the league maximum salary cap. So will Carolina. So I'll just look to see if there's a trade I can make, but there probably won't be. I don't think we're going to get anything done in terms of trades with this roster. This roster is probably mostly just going to try to play a season of hockey. This isn't a great expansion draft. I took a lot of guys who might be alright in the future, but I don't really have any number one players who could carry me to the promised land. But yeah, that'll pretty much do it for this first episode of the Seattle Kraken NHL expansion franchise. If you did enjoy this, comment down below, leave a like, comment who I should take or who you want me to trade for. I'll see if any of your favorite players I can trade for them, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.